Hey guys, Coach Greg Watson here from Alpha Performance Centre. Today we're going to be discussing how to build muscle. Just about anyone that's going to the gym wants to build some kind of muscle tissue, whether it's a lot or a little. That's what most of us are going into the gym for, yeah? So first thing we need is a stimulus. That's basically our weight training, all right? But doing it the right way, an effective way to give a proper stimulus is what's required. So if we break it down scientifically these days, we've got it down to a pretty fine art. We need about 10 to 30 sets per muscle group per week. So that would mean for the chest, we need 10 to 30 sets. For the biceps, 10 to 30 sets. The calves, 10 to 30 sets a week. So anywhere in that ballpark. Probably beginners need less, and we work our way up as we become more and more advanced, or whatever our recovery allows for, yeah? And then next, we need either none to 3 reps in reserve per set to make it an effective set, basically. So out of our 10 to 30 sets, they all need to be within or to failure, 3 sets within failure, all the way up to failure. Obviously, there's a high recovery toll. If we do take every set to failure, we're probably going to be starting coming down that scale, down closer to 10 if we do hit failure. If we leave a couple reps in reserve, then we're going to be able to push a little bit harder and get a few more sets in. Then we move on. Effective sets, the 5 to 30 rep range. Anything under, we're probably not really in a muscle building, hypertrophy type rep scheme. Anything over 30, you're probably just getting bored after a set, and screw that, right? So we know 10 to 30 sets, we're taking them near failure somewhere, and we're doing 5 to 30 reps per set. That is an effective stimulus, all right? Once we've got the stimulus down pat, we need the recovery to cause an adaptation to the stimulus, right? There's no point bashing our body up if we're not recovering. There'll be no adaptation. We might just get smaller, so we'll lose muscle, we'll get injured, anything like that, right? We'll be overtraining real quickly. So we need to be recovering from our stimulus. So the top ones for recovery, we need around 2 grams per kilogram of body weight of protein, all right? So a 100 kilo guy, if we're looking at sort of leanish sort of people, if we're going really high body fat levels, we obviously would drop it down a little bit. But yeah, 100 kilo guy that's reasonably lean, 200 grams of protein per day. Try and spread that out over 3 to 6 meals as well, whatever works for their schedule, right? So then we look at hydration. We can't be dehydrated. Your body will not function correctly. You will not build any muscle if you're dehydrated. So try and make sure we're getting enough fluids in. That doesn't necessarily have to just be water. Fluid intake equals hydration. Then we look at calorie intake. So we need to be at maintenance or on a slight surplus. We don't need a huge surplus to build muscle, but anything slightly above maintenance, 100 calories, 200 calories, that's really going to be beneficial to helping us build muscle, right? Next up, big one, sleep. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours, do not expect your body to adapt to the stimulus, right? That's when we recover most. That's when everything happens, when we sleep. Next one, minimize controllable stresses, okay? Things like micronutrient deficiencies. Don't just focus on your calories and your protein intake. Make sure we're getting all our vitamins and minerals. They're going to help our body function properly. That's less stress. Don't overwork, things like that. Toxic relationships, if you can avoid them, try to do so. So that is how we're going to recover and adapt from our stimulus, and that's how we build muscle.